Blessings and peace. May the living spirit that is in our life come forward and bring you peace, deep, satisfying peace. May the living spirit that is in our life bless you and bring you ease and grace, abundance, and the deepest peace. You are at a turning point as we approach the new moon. A turning point for each one, a turning point for society, and a turning point for those of you and your family, your loved ones, your friendships, relationships. Many are choosing to find a different or alternate lifestyle. Many are choosing to give up their smartphones. Many are awakening. Many are realizing that there is a great shift in the works. Because the agenda that is working towards the control and domination of your planet is tireless. They do not stop. They are always contriving something new that will capture the imagination, will capture the interest of the people, and will capture their attention, will divert them from seeing the truth, the reality of oneness, of staying positive and loving no matter what, of having an attitude of love, an attitude of unification, of harmony and peace, having an intention to help their neighbors and friends, having an intention to align themselves with a higher purpose. And so at this time, as you approach the new moon, a time of new beginnings, a time of planting, the beginning of a cycle in which the moon is waxing, and it is time to sow the seeds of the above ground plants and flowers and food and vegetables. It is a time in which you will find more and more compression, more and more influence over your thinking and your belief systems. It is a time when the agenda is moving into its next phase, where there will be some new pandemic, some event with banks, some raising of prices, less and less available housing for rent for those who live more simply, more frugally, for the young, the poor, the disempowered. You already know and feel the pressures that are placed upon you to conform. This will increase as your summer increases. There will be moments of peace, moments of serendipity and magic, beauty, and there will be moments of great challenge, as many of those you know and love will choose to leave the planet, where some people you will find out about who all of a sudden begin to have strange behaviors and drop dead with blood clots. Many things are moving on your planet, moving towards greater and greater uncertainty, where the stability that you once thought came from your financial system, came from your leaders, came from those in the ascendancy of religion, your social leaders, your gurus and teachers, you will begin to find that you have been led astray by many, that you have been told what to think, and that you have been bombarded by untruths. You will find more and more that you will need to rely upon your heart, upon your intuition, and upon your natural tendency to love first and strike out second, in contrast to the ways in which those who control would like to influence you towards violence and hatred and separation consciousness. We are urging you to remain stable and steady by connecting to Mother Earth, by going into nature, by reducing the amount of sugar intake to nil, by drinking pure water, eating healthy, organic, homegrown food from your farmers' markets, from your own gardens, of gathering together with those of like mind to reinforce and support each other. Those of you who have woken up and understand the true nature of this experience of living on your planet at this time, in a society that is mad with greed, with control, and is unhealthy through the food that is ingested, through the air that is breathed, through the chemtrails that are being sprayed upon you, the poisons in your water, in your soil, and the ways in which you are being cultivated to move towards greater and greater use of technology, artificial intelligence, towards all the fascinating world of comics, of FaceTimes and Facebooks, and the social media that has you grasped by the whatevers, so that you feel that you do not have the freedom to do what you choose. You do not have the freedom and the power to create your own reality, to create a harmonious society, to create communities of love and harmony and peace, and to create ways in which you can bring up your children in safety. The violence that is thrown at you on the screens, in the news, on the newspapers, the stories of unfortunate incidents, of suicides and murders and all the horrific things that have been happening on your planet, in your societies, that is on the increase, and the squeeze that is in the hearts of all of you, the feeling of being pinched by something that you cannot quite put your finger in. Perhaps you have a sense that there are dark forces that wish to harm you, that harm you through your parents, through your children, through those you love, by creating unforeseen circumstances that create more and more fear. And so it is important for you to focus on the opposite of fear, which is trust. To focus on that which you know to be true, that you are actually all one, that you are all children of the one God, that you are all expressions of God's love, of the goddess, of the power of softness, of beauty, of consideration, of compassion, of in lak'ech, I am another you, namaste. I greet you as another me, of do no harm, of stop judging, especially stop judging yourselves and run these tapes that are running in your head that say there's something wrong with you, that you do not deserve, that you cannot have abundance in your life and adequate food and shelter and health. These things are being bombarded at you, but they are not true. For the truth is, you are all one, and when you harm your brother, you are harming yourself. When you harm your sister, you are harming yourself. That you cannot evade the effects of karma. You cannot reap without sowing, sowing without reaping. You cannot harvest good from bad unless you see it from a different perspective, unless you understand and know that everything works for good, because it all is moving towards the evolution of your species and your planet, towards the new earth, not the new world order of the Illuminati and those that would control and dominate you and create currencies of digital money and digital assets that you will find will not help you when it comes to the whatever hitting the fan. And it is inevitable. You all know this. Things cannot continue the way they are. There is no longer a normal that you once had before 2 years and more ago, before this pandemic of great fear. For fear has taken everyone by the horns. Everybody is worried about something. Many people feel that there is some kind of inevitability of the other shoe falling, of that sword of Damocles falling down upon you. These things are in your unconscious because they are being projected at you all the time. Because you are being told lies, you are being fed fabricated news, you are being fed statistics that are untrue. And you are taught to fear above all else. And so we are asking you to counter this by trusting, by loving, by giving freely, sharing, by helping through acts of compassion, random acts of kindness, and by holding fast to the truth that you know in your heart of love, of peace, tranquility in the face of the storm, of knowing that you will always be taken care of. When you trust your heart, when you trust your guidance, when you trust your intuition, when you take that step, that first step towards a higher vibration, when you make a choice to give up some harmful substance, whether it be sugar or some drug or some behavior pattern that has kept you in the loop, on the treadmill, that has kept you from knowing yourself as a divine creator who was given this ability, this free will, and this choice to create, so that you choose to create only the good, only the benevolent, and you choose to spread that through your actions, your thoughts, your words, and you choose to come together with like-minded people to experience the love of God, to experience what it's like to not judge. When you understand that the voices in your head of put down, disparagement, the voices that say you're not good enough, or that you do not deserve, or that there's something wrong with you, these old programs belong to the past, and the past is finished. There is no point in projecting fear into your future. Your future has not yet been created. You create it in every moment through your positivity, through your thoughts, your attitude, your actions, your ability to love unconditionally, your ability to see through the illusions, the control mechanisms. It is time to become who you truly were intended to be, the creators of the new earth based on harmony and peace and love, on being able to provide shelter and food and warmth, clothing to those who are less fortunate, the ability to band together to make a difference in the lives of the less fortunate, the homeless, the penniless, those who suffer at the hands of the control energies, the horrific things that are done, the wars, the consumerism, the waste, the toxicity, the lack of sensitivity to the creatures, their needs, and to all life. For that which would control you, that which controls you through artificial intelligence and would turn you into robots and slaves, consumers and producers of worthless goods and plastic and junk that accumulates in your trash collections, in your dumpsters and dumps, that which pollutes the earth and does not allow the energy of oxygen and air to be free and clear and healthy, does not allow the soil to have good nutrients any longer, and does not allow the food that you buy in your markets to be free of additives and harmful junk that is killing you and filling your hospitals and your sick beds and your old age homes with invalids who have been taught to ingest harmful substances that proliferate in your food. It is time for you to begin a new cycle. It is time for you to love yourselves, to take your own self-authority back, to choose your own way of being, places of living, without the 5G and the Wi-Fi and the dependence on these devices that cause great harm to those who produce them, those who mine the minerals that are required and those who are affected by the smarter and smarter phones that have more and more harmful technologies and that are associated with the 5G that is harming you and killing many species on your planet. It is time to consider whether eating those creatures that have been slaughtered in great fear, that have been kept confined in small places, in unsanitary conditions, whose fear infiltrates the food that you eat, the meat, the flesh, the mercury and heavy metals and toxins from chemicals and poisons. Let go of all these things. They do not belong to the new earth. They do not belong to a society of loving hearts, of caring humans. It is time. It is time. It is time. Change is upon you. It is time to prepare. It is time to know who you are. You are the children of God. You are the essence of God's love. It permeates all of creation. Everything is made of God's love, and so are you. Feel this in the depth of your heart. Spend as much time as you can in the forest, in nature, with the trees, the streams, the greenery, the beautiful wild flowers. Enjoy the springtime. Enjoy it with friends and family in a way that enhances everyone through art and music and dance and through sharing, through stories. Read books. Read paper books, not digital books. Simplify. 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 Remember to breathe. Remember to exercise. Remember to breathe deeply and let go of all the stress that is not yours to carry. Let go of the burdens your parents have placed upon you as to how to behave, what to do and what to become and what to be and how to think. They were indoctrinated by their parents all the way back through the ancestry to when the true nature of God's love was known before and distorted in the books, your holy books that contain distortions and inaccuracies and that were written for control. Let go of everything that is not the essence of who you are. Turn to your guides and your angels. Turn to us. We will be with you always in your heart, loving you, supporting and keeping you safe, protecting you. Place a sphere of golden white light around yourself each day, around your loved ones. Ask that that sphere of golden white light protect you from all harm, from all infiltration, from the insidious ways in which your technology is able to spy upon you. The very phones that you use to communicate are able to also send signals to control you and are gathering information from everything you say, so that there is more and more of a grasp upon you of control and the ability to control you more and more. Free yourself from those artificial things that do not have life force in them. Honor life, honor nature, honor all of her creatures, honor your fellow humans. You have been ordained to bring forth the new earth through your heart, your love, through your unfolding abilities to see clearly through the illusions, to see into other lifetimes and time frames, to know the history of your civilizations, of your planets, of your galaxy. Your star family are watching over you and helping. They are preventing the nuclear wars. They are preventing much of the harm that is being done as best they can. And they are waiting and waiting for you to wake up, to understand and know that your heritage is the stars. You are made of stardust. You are made of God's love. So live your life as an expression of God's love. Live your life in peace, in harmony, with ease and grace and magic and serendipity, and the guidance of your own personal guides and angels. Tune into them through your heart. Your heart knows the truth about everything. We love you. We wish to see you thrive and experience and express joy. For joy is the promise of the new age, but it's true joy. It's the joy that is like the peace that passeth understanding. Your mind, your head cannot comprehend the true nature of reality, but your heart knows it well. Show up with your heart open in the moment. Remember to breathe. Remember to let go. We love you. We are always with you. And we are in your hearts, where you can communicate with us and ask your questions, and we will answer. And yet you must listen. You must listen with your heart in the stillness, in the silence. Blessings and peace to you all. May the living spirit that is all around you bless you with great beauty, with great satisfaction, with deep, deep peace. Blessings and peace to you all.